Yo, what is going on, everybody? K-Man Jack back for another album reaction / review. This is it. We're back live from the studio. Yo, man, this is a trip. I can't lie. This is crazy. It feels so weird and surreal to say this, guys. We are up to the final Radiohead album, A Moon-Shaped Pool. This is one that I've been excited for quite some time. Now, before I get into this album, as much as I want to just press play right now, I do have to preface, I do have to say this. I know I say it every Radiohead video, but man, this band has just done wonders for me. It's inspired me. Their work is so incredibly rich. I'm so grateful that I found this band, and I'm so thankful for the Radiohead fans that have found this channel, that have supported me through going through each of these projects. My Kid A video, it really helped grow the channel. These Radiohead videos have really helped grow the channel. They have become one of my favorite bands and will be one of my favorite bands of all time. The hype is real. This band is phenomenal. Their work is so incredibly moving. And I'm so grateful I've found them at this point in my life. At the end of the day, I love the band and I love the music, and it's so exciting to go through it. But another huge part is being able to engage with you guys on these videos. That has been half of the journey and one of my favorite parts about going through these albums. And just know, if they ever release another project after this, we will be back. Don't you worry about that. Now, here we go. A Moon-Shaped Pool. This album came out in 2016. I love the atmospheric album cover. I think this album cover stands out to me the most. From the start, I've had this album circled. It's been an enigma to me. The latest work, you think about all of the evolved sounds that we've heard from project to project, and we are here now. They haven't done an album since this one. This is their latest work. We got just under an hour, which is perfect. We can sit back, really fall into this sound. Man, off the bat, we're already starting. We're hustling already. Oh man, I've already got the goosebumps, man. Let's go!
Stay in the shadows, cheer the gallows. This is a roundup, man. This is a low-flying panic attack. Sing a song on the jukebox that crosses on wooden doors. If you flow, you burn. Loose talk around tables. Abandon all reason. Do not.
Oh, here's that bass in the back.
This is a low-flying panic attack. Sing a song of sixpence that goes.
This shit is tough as, man. This shit is tough. Bro. Man, this shit's crazy. Oh, what the hell? I'm just in awe. Just trying to wrap my head around that. What a track. What an intro to this album. That's exactly how I expected this album to start. I cannot lie. I have high expectations for this project. And that song just came in and did exactly what I thought it would do. But still, they still surprise me every time. I have this high expectation, yet they surpass it every time. I kind of lost for words. I was just enjoying the ride that track took me on. Even like the age and the wisdom, like you can feel it on Tom's vocal. It's almost like he's got this effect on his voice. It's very like electronic sounding. And then you're just hearing that sinister like piano, like that din 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 din. Then you've also got just a bombardment of sounds. The chorus where it's just screaming out, burn the witch, like, and he's just like flowing. He's so smooth on the vocals. This was just like, man, you look at everything we've heard and they've just got this song here and you've just captured all of these great elements from some of the best projects by this band. And you just see the natural way this band has evolved. I've got nothing else more to say. See, we're starting to get like those Amnesia, Kid A sounds on this project, man. Like you just see the influences everywhere. It's awesome. This band, man. So warm, man. It's so patient in that delivery. Oh man, the ghostly harmonies cutting in and out. Left to right here, mix placement. Okay, alright. Much more hopeful sound here. Still a bit uneasy though. Bass guitar's good. It's very subtle. Stuff just flying in reverse. Daydreaming, the song title really captured exactly what I think the song was going for. It almost felt like you were daydreaming. And sometimes when we're trying to avoid thinking about something, it could be a negative thing, it could be a scary thing, we can involuntarily go into a state of daydreaming. And it almost felt like there was points of hopefulness and a state of daydreaming, which was nice. But you could often hear like darker kind of sounds coming in and out, flying in and out, as it was trying to consume or overtake some of the more positive, light, fluffy sounds that were hitting in the middle point of the song. And then by the end of the track, it's almost like those negative thoughts had taken over again. It's almost like snap back to reality, or the daydreaming has turned like a negative state. Really interesting. There's a lot of like reversing of sounds, reversing of vocals. I think the ending there was really the heavy dark sound was, I think it was they've just pitched it completely down, a vocal effect, or a synth, and they've put it in reverse. It makes it sound like almost like a monster was like screaming in your ears. Another thing that was really impactful on that song is where they place the tracks within the mix. So you're quite often hearing voices come here, voices go over here, and you're trying to wrap your head around all these different things. But the mix in the middle is almost like the person that's daydreaming, and then the sounds are just different points of consciousness slipping in and out. One thing I've always appreciated and loved about Radiohead from the start of this journey has been their ability to just create atmosphere and create a musical scene and a soundscape that's just it's hard to not fall into it. You involuntarily fall into them most times. Electronic beat here to start this one.
Then in your life there comes the darkness. There's a spacecraft blocking out the sky. It's the loudest sound you've ever heard. And are we trapped, wrecked out clouds, people?
Deck's Dark. That was a really interesting sound. And to be fair, we got a lot of different shifts in that song, I thought. I was trying to keep up with it. Radiohead do have songs where there's unorthodox progressions, and sometimes they take a little bit of time. For me, that song feels like that. I'll never forget hearing Pyramid Song for the first time and being like, there's something special about this, and then playing it probably like 2 or 3 more times, and then it finally sunk in. And I was like, this is a fantastic track, and probably is my favorite track off of Amnesiac. Now, this one here had that similar kind of approach. There was quite a lot of sounds happening. Piano has been a real champion so far. We're hearing a lot of use of the piano in varying ways. Here, it almost acted as a beat. We followed it. feelings of battles between darkness and lightness on a bunch of these tracks. You'll have points where it will feel a bit lighter as opposed to points in the track where it will feel a lot darker. So we're seeing those two themes wrestle a fair bit so far. Such a random song title. Desert Island Disc. With an acoustic guitar going. The sounds in the right ear are so random. Really soft synths, like just really subtle.
Now as I go upon my way, so let me go upon my way, born of a lie, born of a lie, through an open doorway, across the street to another life, and catching my reflection in a window, switching on a light, waking up from
Super unorthodox sounds, man. Classic Radiohead. You just never know what's gonna happen.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Different types of love are possible. Are possible. Are possible. Are possible.
Just so intriguing, man. So hard to predict. These last two tracks have been very difficult to predict where the sounds are going. We're hearing a large amount of instrumentation. Radiohead are the kings of finding really rich instrumentation that you are not expecting at all, and it's so subtle, and you just kind of like, did I just hear like a random synth, like felt like 50 kilometers away in my left ear? But you can just hear it. It's so faint. There's so many different elements to these tracks. Again, so what I'm getting from these last two songs, they are think pieces. They are ones that you kind of sit with for a little bit. There are songs on In Rainbows that are like that for me as well. The guitar onslaught probably wasn't as obvious as some of the other tracks, but you could just hear the layering there, the bass guitar and the plucking that were kind of like battling it out at times. Like even when the drums would come in and out, their placement was very abstract. Yeah, a little less effects on that one. Very raw vocal performance by Tom on that one as well. Oh, yeah, that synth horizon. Damn. Instrumentation. It was sinister. You can never really be present. You don't know where the song's moving. What the? just sings those high notes, man. Just beautiful. I don't think I've been as jarred on a Radiohead album since probably we first started with Kid A. Man, I definitely think like the instrumentation, man, like this band is constantly looking at evolving themselves, and it's so prevalent on each of their albums. And this one, again, it's just further extending those sounds. Like we're getting a little bit more kind of Kid A mixing with In Rainbows. It's probably how I would explain it. And also the percussive elements of the King of Limbs, you can hear them sprinkled out through a bunch of these tracks as well. There's a couple of different points there. Tom's vocals were unlike I'd ever heard him. His delivery was very precise, super high. And that's saying something for someone who sings quite high. I do apologize. I'm just really taking in a lot of these sounds so far. The lyrics are there, and I cannot wait to dive into more of them and their story. Right now, I'm only really being able to focus on that just because of how quickly it moves. Everything is done so meticulously well. The guitars, like the electric guitars, we hear acoustic guitars, we hear bass guitars, the synth work, the pianos, the drums, subtle but so effective. And then Tom's just soothing vocals. He hasn't soared as much on this album, but Burn the Witch was probably the most high flying he's been. But that one there had some more punchy high notes, which were, yeah, like I said, I hadn't really heard Tom delivery on some of these tracks before. He's looked to have challenged himself as well on this project, it seems. Glass Eyes. Wow. Oh, it's a bit Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts.
Hey, it's me. I just got off the train. A frightening place. The faces are concrete gray, and I'm wondering, should I turn around? No great drama, message coming in on the oh so small, glassy-eyed light of day. Glassy-eyed light of day. Path trails off and heads down the mountain through the dry wood. I don't know where it leads, and I don't really care. I feel there's love to go. I feel there's love to go.
My God, man. Glass Eyes felt really bleak, very somber, so atmospheric though. It really did feel like he was getting off a train. You could almost hear like it felt like it was raining, the emotion in his voice, but also the lack of. It was emotive, but also felt so bleak. His delivery felt so bleak. Just how somber and dejected the instrumentation sounded. And I mean that in the most complimentary way because it really captured the atmosphere of that song. And tonally, it just felt so heavy. That song was pretty short, but it felt like we were sitting in that place for a fair bit. I can't lie. His vocal performances are just so smooth, but they just show just the amount of vocal imperfections needed to make it feel real, to feel authentic, because they need it to match the instrumentation. because on most Radiohead tracks, the instrumentation is phenomenal. So they have to make sure that Tom's vocal performance can match that and sell the message of the song. And it does. It does. It just always does. For me, it always lands. Oh, a bit more upbeat, this one. I like that little kind of delay, like the echo effect on the snare. Almost sounds like something just like a gunshot.
Sweet-faced ones with nothing left inside, that we all can love, that we all can love, that we all. Sweet-faced ones with nothing left inside.
Smooth, man.
That we all can love, that we all can love.
Oh, man.
Broken hearts make it rain. 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 Broken
Yeah, there's those sips.
This is our ragdoll mankind that we can create, that we can create. I want to know.
Come on, man. Come on. Geniuses, man. Geniuses. I really like Identikit, and I think this one's going to grow very quickly for me. Heartbreak makes the rain fall line. I like that, because the tears. I like that. It's kind of cool wordplay there. Just a lot of different sounds there. The bass guitar was a superhero on that track as well. And at times, we're just getting the instrumentation being the highlight. Quite often, I've had points throughout the Radiohead albums where I've been like, Tom's vocals is the champion. There's been a bunch more tracks on this project where the instrumentation kind of takes over. And almost at times, Tom's vocal can be behind the mix. And the instrumentations, they're the vocal. I thought that song really just gave you a little bit of everything. There was a point where they showcased the bass guitar. There was a point that showcased the synths, which was cool. I'm going to love that. And then there was a point where they kind of highlighted the electric guitar. So they really were just on full display, just showing off. I mean, they can at this point. They've got so much good work. That starting bit sounds like Kid A. Can't remember what song though. Surprise me one more time. They made sure. They made sure. Oh, trippy, right?
Holds us like a phantom. It touches like a breeze.
Like a piano onslaught now. Got piano on the left, piano on the righty. Bass guitar.
Ready to receive. The future's inside us. It's not somewhere else. It's not somewhere else.
That is a monumental piece. Come on, man. Oh, Jack. You're a fool, man. You're a fool. Man, I can't lie. I came into this album and I was like, look, what else can Radiohead show me that's going to throw me off my feet? I knew I was going to love it, but I was like, what can they, what can they do more to throw me? I should know by now. I should know 10 albums. I should know by now that this band is the band that just keeps on giving. They've just somehow again evolved. How does a band continue? Just crazy, man. They don't force new sounds. There's a reason why the albums are so spaced out, it seems, especially in their later years, because it's like, why force it? It has to be a natural progression. And these songs, they are jarring. They are a lot. Like the time signatures, the pacing, the delivery. There is a lot. There is a lot to take in. It's not a straightforward album, and it's so intriguing to me just how, I mean, it's intriguing, but it's also freaking inspiring just how effective this band can just continue flipping shit on its head. And the numbers was phenomenal. The piano, as soon as the pianos were like left and right ear placement, it was two pianos playing layered over each other. The one day at a time, that's such an inspiring line. That's how I'll take it. Just an inspiring line. And they're so efficient in when they use varying pieces of instrumentation. And it's like, it's just a masterclass. Like, for people that produce and make music, you hear something like this, it's such an abstract array of sounds, but it creates such a beautiful world. And I'm just fanboying out right now. Like, I'm fanboying like crazy. Nice intro, man. Very just warm sounds here.
Distance is like
those layers.
It's like a weapon against the present.
Snare's very solid. Man, the drums were so well utilized on that track. Again, the guitars, man, said it from the start of this journey. The guitars have been just so captivating. I didn't even realize the guitars could sound as good as they do. It's an emotional feeling, like just sitting back and appreciating this band and appreciating this ride. Like I tell you, they know when to bring it back from dark to light. And I think because there are many moments in the Radiohead songs that can be quite sinister and darker in tone, when you do go to those light moments, it feels so warm and like a huge, like just a hug. All right. A lot of piano on this album. I've been a real huge fan of that. Oh, it's a bit off key. Real staticky effect on that snare.
All the holes at once are coming alive, set free out of sight, not mind lonely. The ones you light your fires to keep away, crawling out upon its belly. All the birds stay out.
Symbol action there.
Trees, all the fish swim down to the deep, only, and they pray.
Just little drum riffs all the way over here. Strings all the way over here. And then down the middle is just this sinister synth. Just lost for words once again. That one was just a celebration of sounds. This back end of that song was just full of rich instrumentation that you just shake your head at. I don't know what half the sounds are. I really don't. And I think that's part of the fun. You're like, how the heck are they making that sound? Like, where is it coming from? So we're up to the final track, True Love Waits. This is kind of, it sounds silly, but this feels very emotional. 10 albums later, we're here at the final track of A Moon-Shaped Pool. I know I said it at the start of the video, but I must say it once more. I love music. I always have. And the fact that I've been able to go through a bunch of different albums, not only Radiohead, but the fact that I've been able to do that and engage with other fans and music lovers around the world, I love that. All right. This is True Love Waits.
I'll drown my beliefs to have you, baby. Don't leave
True Love Waits. It just felt like the perfect way to end that album. It was a classic Radiohead piano ballad. It was quite reserved. It just hit all the right notes. It was incredibly rich. The song felt very authentic, very raw. And I think a lot of that had to do with you could hear the cracking in Tom's vocals at times where he was singing the higher notes. You could hear it kind of crackling out. Those imperfections, they really do create connection between the listener and the singer. Like you can feel the music. It just doesn't feel as clean cut and processed. But yeah, beautiful way to end what was a trippy album, that's for sure. I don't think I felt as kind of jarred in the sounds I was hearing since the first Radiohead album we listened to, which is funny. For me, it was just a real full circle moment, starting Kid A, not having any idea about the band and being completely swept up and so lost in the most magical way, and then finishing it off like again, like I said, thought I had a bit of an idea of what I was going into, and I really didn't. I should have just remembered the point that you never know what Radiohead will do next. If that was Radiohead's swan song, what a way to go out. Thank you once again from the bottom of my heart for all the support on this. I do really hope all you Radiohead fans can stick around and continue on the music discovery journey that I've been going on this channel. I do plan to check out Tom York's solo work. I also do plan to check out The Smiles. Super excited to check them out at some point. I'm not sure when, but they are definitely on the agenda at some point soon. That was A Moon-Shaped Pool by the incredible band Radiohead. And that's that. Take care, guys. My name is Caveman Jack, and I will see y'all in the next video. Cheers.